Good day, my name is Llewellyn. I'm National Sales Manager for Lubrication Engineers South Africa, and today we're going to go through an update on the gearbox test and just a refresher to show everybody the power of Lubrication Engineers Dual-Lec industrial products versus competitors. Alright, so there's a number of things we look at when we suggest or recommend lubrication in gearboxes to our clients. It's very important to take into consideration your location, your environment, the temperature, the speed. These are all factors that are taken into account when recommending the right lubricant or a lubricant that can handle a specific environment. Today we've got a gearbox in front of us. It's filled with a gear oil, ISO 320, and I'm going to show you the different aspects of what goes wrong in gear oil. So we turn it on, and one of the first things that we notice is that both products are picking up the gear oil onto them and distributing it through the gear faces. What happens a lot of time is as the gears get hotter, the lubricant or the viscosity drops, the lubricant is not actually able to carry through on the gear faces. And the other big problem that we get is we introduce a lot of air through cavitation into the sumps, and over a period of time, or depending on ambient temperatures, this actually exponentiates the problem and we get surface-to-surface fatigue happening. One of the very strong points about Lubrication Engineers gear oils, the Dual-Lec industrial, is that it is able to effectively fizz out air from it. It is able to cling to gear faces and under low and high speeds, and therefore obviously improve lubrication, reduce temperature, and obviously at the end of the day the effectiveness and life of the asset moving forward. One of the big things that we find in industry is that over a period of time, and the longer gears run, we find that a lot of the gears run drier, they run hotter, even if the oil is changed. So it's very important at the end of the day to be able to understand what lubricant you require, what your specific needs are on your plant in order to know exactly how and what lubricant you need. If we take a gear oil and we run a gear oil at a certain degree, or we move it away from a gear face, what we do is we also increase pressure, and a lot of gear oils will fail at this stage because they're not able to cling and carry on working themselves through a gear face. The faster you go as well, remember that the quicker the fling, the bigger the problem is that you're creating within a gearbox. The joys and benefits of moving to Lubrication Engineers products that I've experienced over a good couple of years is that our gearbox problems have been dramatically reduced. That the power of the Dual-Lec industrial product throughout industry has been proven, right from marine applications to big industrial applications, and this is because of the way it clings to the metal, the amount of air it's able to push out of it, and the ability to cling to metal through a period of time. This also assists greatly in protecting your gears and protecting enclosed gearboxes in performing better. If we take this gearbox and we speed it up ridiculously, we can actually move the gear oil right away from the gear faces, and you'll notice on the competitor side that the gear oil is starting to fling off, and that in itself is now resulting in a heat increase on the gear faces. You'll notice on the LE side, the Dual-Lec industrial side, we have what we call a lot of cling. It is still talking to itself and moving throughout the gear faces. You'll also notice the color difference between the two gears at the present moment. where we have a very yellow emulsified gear oil on the right, our competitor's oil, and that is basically due to the amount of air that's been trapped inside it. On the LE side you'll see the bubbles or foam coming off the top, and the fact that it is still clinging to the gear faces and moving through the system. If I'm to move the oil away from the gear faces and slowly decrease the side, you'll see that the competitor oil has now mostly moved totally away from the gear faces and not being lubricated. The LE product continues to lubricate itself even when totally out of the oil. So this is why we suggest the use or the motivation to run Lubrication Engineers during industrial products and industry. And not only does it save you in the long run, but will definitely increase your asset life and improve productivity and decrease your downtime.